Welcome to Sign In, everybody. It's been a while. Nicky Mac, Hollow, Big Daddy. We've been off for, I don't know, the entire summer. So,
and fall.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
It is good to be back.
Got a TV. You like it? Well, not that one.
It took 6 months.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
That's why we didn't want to do a show.
Well, Walmart had them on sale for like $100. I'm like, fuck it. Put it up in like 2 hours. I'm like, why haven't I done this in the last 10 years owning this house?
Last Sunday, me and BD, we were here. And I said, you get to that point where you're at that age now where you're more excited to buy a TV and like just chill at your buddy's bar downstairs.
Yeah.
And drink.
When there's nothing but 21-year-olds at the bar now and you're like, ugh.
Where's
Hey,
that?
you want to see my kids? Just go do a shot. Put your clothes back on. You disappoint me.
One thing I have noticed too, especially
I start watching like Girls Gone Wild in reverse. That way it looks like the girls have learned their lesson. Being a drunk slut's not for me.
one thing I've noticed is that a lot more guys, like some of the bars that I go to, like when I'm DJing, I'll see the girls getting all hammered drunk, and a bunch of guys who I've never seen before. They all sit down. They just wait in the corner for their chance.
Pack of coyotes.
So they'll just be like this.
They're just
Until she falls down on her face and doesn't remember her name.
Yeah, they're sniffing the air, ready to attack the whole pack.
Yeah. They call those opportunist drunks is what they call that.
Yeah.
It's like
Sipping on a beer all night.
Yeah.
You fucking rapists.
you tell the bartender, I'll have a
There's a
shot.
bunch of
Okay.
Dahmers all night long.
Yeah, right. Be like, hey, can you get those guys 6 shots of the wild turkey? Which, 6 shots apiece. Those fucking dummies.
I almost want to be like, hey ladies, have you watched Bosch? Do you know what happens in those shows? Just saying.
Or NCIS or anything that has a murder in it. You're going to end up on a table being dissected by a smarmy cunt.
Oh, that's good.
Oh. But I'm back to work fully, and they don't really have any plan whatsoever. So even if I get COVID, I'm not gonna say shit. I'm just gonna keep on about my day because 2 other guys in the shop have had it, and they said it was no big deal.
I had it. 5 of us got it at a wedding.
Yeah.
Back in August. Probably had about, 10 hours of symptoms. Like the onsetting symptoms, it happened at work. And I would say like the scariest part was like, I just couldn't like focus. Like I felt like just out of it completely. And so whatever, went and got tested, went back home, found out that I was positive. But the strange part that came a little bit after that is no taste or smell.
Mm-hmm.
And I still can't taste or smell.
Really?
Since August, I'm dead serious.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I got some horseradish upstairs.
Oh, let's get it. Let's do it. But like I've been saying, this is my new line. So well, some people would say I never have a lot of taste, anyways. But
Shirt?
yeah. But it's been working
I didn't
well.
have taste anyway.
Yeah, it's been working well with the ladies. My loss is your gain.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no bullshit. It's like fate smells. The one thing I can taste is Sammy's Pizza. I can taste their cheese for some odd reason. So a lot of Sammy's Pizza for this guy. But yeah, no, really bizarre.
Must be really good for you in elevators when you have to drop ass.
Well, luckily for us, the only elevator in Pulaski is at the church, and I haven't been there in years. Well, a grain elevator, I guess.
Oh, don't they have one at the cobblestone?
Is there?
I would assume so. Isn't it how many rooms are in that hotel?
Way too many.
Okay, so
I don't even
That's
know
way
what
too
you're
nice.
talking
That place is way too
the
nice for
hotel
Pulaski.
that's just out of Pulaski. On 32.
There's got to be an elevator in there. You would think.
Well, yeah, you would think.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I never paid that much attention.
I don't know. It's not on my brothels maps, so I guess I don't know that hotel. All the shady motels show up on the app.
Yeah, what's the one in Shawnee where they're offering like $30 for the week on the main drag?
Well,
Wisconsin hotel.
Yeah, Wisconsin, yeah.
Naturally.
There's been more stabbings in that place than on a porno set.
Yeah.
Revenge of the Nerds, where they like go and there's like an outline of a body on the floor.
Literally.
Yeah,
There's been more
strippers that used to work at Whitetails. One of them got murdered there.
Yep. Stabbed to death.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't me.
No. Me neither. I was in.
Saw me stabbing at a stripper. Wasn't me.
Holy. Yeah, there's been more drugs through that place than a pharmacy. Yeah. There's always, like, every day there'd be a call. I remember when I used to work for the tribe, be somebody there getting busted for meth or coke or.
Well, that's what you
rippers and speeders and. I don't know.
Goofballs.
Yep. Goofballs, 8 balls, Anytown balls, blue balls.
I'll have to check that place out.
Well, see, that place used to be like a big, huge fine dining place.
The Wisconsin House,
Yeah.
that's what it's called.
Yeah, the Wisconsin.
Where was that?
It
Oh,
used
is that on like the main
to-
floor?
That's the like the dinner club, supper club. That was on the main floor, and then yeah, all the.
I don't even know if that's still there.
No, it's not. It's not open anymore. But that, I guess, back then that thing used to be a big.
It could be like horse and buggy type days, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Well,
back in it used to be a housing.
you can see that because the train runs through close to there, right?
It was for the
Yeah,
railroad
that's-
workers.
Right. Yeah.
That was how it got built in the first place. It was a boarding house for railroad workers. Fuck, my tongue don't work.
Fuck, you should watch more Rifleman.
Billy, get away from that man.
Papa. That's okay. To go off subject a little, I watched an episode. And I thought to myself, "There's this one episode where he just kept unloading the rifle. Like, man, he just like unloaded like 20 rounds in that fucking rifle. I'm like, where the hell are they all coming from?"
Yeah, that can fit maybe 10 in it. But he had the loop on the ring, so every time it came around, it fucking set the trigger off. So, like, how did he not shoot himself in the foot at least once?
Yeah,
Like the rifleman should have walked with a limp because be like, well, the first time I got this gun, I shot my pinky toe off. That's why I ride a horse everywhere.
And that's also another thing.
Was that starring Plaxico Burress? Anyways, go ahead.
Was it like Jack Palance or something? I think so.
That was Connor something, or like O'Connor.
Not John Connor. That was the Terminator.
Yeah.
Jim Connors.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And then
Anyway.
Then his son would always get in trouble with like the bad of the law, but at the end the dad would be like, "You learned your lesson, son."
Yep.
Sure. So
Just
it was like
like-
a heartfelt.
Yeah, it was like one of those.
Message
I
coming-
love you, Pa.
Yep.
Right, like Full
At
House.
the end of the end of every episode,
There was
a lesson learned.
Yeah.
It's good TV.
That was the formula back then, for
Right.
sure. I used to watch Maverick all the time. Maverick was my favorite. James Garner is Brett Maverick, Riverboat Gambler. It's all black and white. They used to play it on Me TV, but then my mom bought like the whole collection. So they had like a season back then was like
Yeah,
40
20
episodes.
Yeah, long.
So I had like 3. I'm like, oh, I'll get through season 3 in a month. I'm on episode 35. I'm like, does this fucking thing ever end? Because I'm still on season 1.
That's like people that binge watch like series like on
Yeah,
Netflix or Amazon.
8
They'll be like,
episodes.
yeah, they're like, "Oh, I did it all in one day." Be like, "Yeah, okay, here's Maverick. Tell me when
Yeah.
you're done."
Yeah,
watch the shit out of it.
here's 20 hours worth of Maverick.
All of a sudden you just see this. He's going, "How's it going?" It just won't.
It
end.
won't stop. There's so many stories.
It's like the Time Life music where they send you an episode a month for like 5 years straight.
And you totally forget that they're always charging you because you didn't stop the payment.
Yeah. The BMI music and all those. God damn it, Buster Rhymes Evolution again.
Oh, that's good.
What else is new? I know we got all sorts of. We just had our Christmas thing in Bondwell. Celebrate Bondwell's like Christmas thing that like Big Tim dressed up as Santa and all the kids. We packed bags for the Lions Club for.
Is that
candy.
where when I saw you guys over dinner that time at Washington, was that the same thing?
Last year, yeah.
Was that the Lions?
Yeah,
Was that last? That was like 2 years ago.
2 years
Lions
ago. Yeah,
Club.
2 years ago.
That's the same thing.
That would have been my first year, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
No, that was our dinner, but this was like the
But
actual.
it's that group of people, though, right?
So yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Celebrate Bondwell and then the Lions Club and all these other businesses, they all got together and decided to do a Christmas in Bondwell. So it was all
Sure.
these businesses had all these other things going on.
I think I
So
saw that.
the Lions
on
Club
Facebook.
then had Santa down at the lumberyard. And then like the businesses that were uptown here, like one of them had like a Santa shop, gingerbread house making,
Yeah.
Christmas wreath.
There was
ornaments.
a horse and sleigh going back and forth on.
Yeah, but that's always. It's Christmas 24/7.
Yeah, well, that's the Amish are always
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I'll finish. So then, yeah. Then what they did is up at the park, up at the village park, then had a lighting ceremony. Then so a bunch of trees were bought by businesses. And
like
stuff.
Beantown Entertainment.
Yeah, I bought a tree.
Good for you.
Yeah. So yeah, but
I went to go decorate it with beer cans and it was all full already.
Of beer cans?
Are you serious?
That's what you told me.
No, I said I would. I wish you would. I said there is none.
You said then I said I got like a dozen. And you're like, oh, I already put a bunch on there.
I said,
I had 3 Budweiser Nitros. I had 3 Paps, 3 Busch Lights, and like 3 Sundrop cans. Well, we could still do it.
Yeah.
Christmas is 2 weeks away.
That's true. But yeah.
How
so
much?
then,
All right. So how much to sponsor one of these trees?
the tree it was 75. So
For the tree.
So what it
And
went
then you
with is.
decorate it.
So yeah, so you bought the tree, and or the tree and the stand came with it, and then you had to buy the lights and you had to decorate it.
Sure.
Um,
Well, it could be a
then
fun
we
event
did
for
it-
just kids just to do anything, right? You know.
Yeah, and then like we did a meat raffle up there. Gave had like prizes for like the kids, of course, alcohol. And then had bonfire sets all over. But that was only until 5 we only did that, and then I met up with this Coolio Hastard over here. I met up with him then and everybody at 117, and he was well on his way because now 117 until the 23rd of December is doing the Loyal Club card.
I didn't
Punch
get off-
cards.
Yeah,
I
the
didn't
punch
get
cards.
offered that when I was there.
No, they did.
They just started
They
it
just
last
started
week.
last
or-
week. They did.
Well, we can go down there and get one. I go for
So yeah, so then Wednesday and Saturday nights, well, it's
You get
known
double
as,
punches.
yeah, quadruple punch is what we call it.
Oh well, yeah, quadruple because you get
I'll probably get those regardless.
if you get a beer, it's 1 punch, but on Wednesdays and Saturdays it's double punches, so you get 2 punches. But if you get a pint of Bloody Mary or like a rail mixer,
No, the
it's
real.
already 2 punches.
Yeah.
So on a Saturday you get 4 punches. So I'm like fucking
So I
filled
showed
out
up.
like 4 cards.
So I showed up. He's already 3 sheets to the wind.
2.
Not 2, whatever. But the one thing is when they're doing this, you find how many generous people are out there because everybody wants to buy you a drink so they can get their punch card filled up.
Yep.
Right.
I
But
bought-
Bundwell is a very generous town. I came to learn that through the years.
I ended up spending like $400 that night between gambling and buying drinks for
That
everybody.
was yeah.
And the and then at the Shano Rail House or whatever that place. is called.
Well, that only cost me $20.
Yeah. So just a drop in the bucket.
And she paid and she gave it back to
Yeah.
me after it was done. Because all I had to do was
She
do,
tipped me.
Came out of there smelling like a rail worker
Mhm.
and misty lights.
No, that's because the McRibs came back last week, so she was all excited, so he bought her one.
Only one?
Well, I was hungry too.
McRibs come back and you ain't gonna get one.
I just went down to Quick Trip and wrapped it in a McRib.
Yeah.
Got the shitty generic version of a McRib sandwich and just got the wrap.
There's a lot of people that
covered
argue with you
by
that prefer the rib sandwich
Oh,
over
yeah.
at Quick Trip.
Fucking Brad Miller loves them. Sometimes he's the funniest guy unintentionally.
Right.
He'll just be like, "Oh, those fucking rib sandwiches." He's like, "I'll eat 20 of them." He's just, I mean, he's fucking hollow size.
Yeah.
And we're like, we just look at him and he's
Yeah,
like,
he's in the Lions Club with us.
"Serious. He can eat more than any human
Yeah.
being I ever seen in my life.
They never
Doesn't
gained
gain a
weight.
pound.
Ain't that a bitch?
I hate him.
That high metabolism.
Yep. Yeah.
Whatever.
The one thing that COVID had, other than the loss of taste and smell, I got off my keto diet. I don't know if I put on weight. You guys didn't mention anything, but maybe keep that to yourself.
Well, they always say camera adds what?
Let's see.
I don't know.
It's about right. I gained 20 over the summer.
Did you? I don't know. I've been eating like shit.
I've gained
Yeah.
Oh no, but it was all in my dick. No.
Thank you. You're welcome. Like
Yeah.
a maitre d'.
Yeah, I don't know. But just back to eating like shit because, like, to be honest, I don't go out to bars. I just don't.
Yeah.
You know, like, went out last Wednesday, or no. Did they have a double? What was the night they had a doubleheader for football?
Oh, Monday.
Yeah,
was the letter.
they had one.
What? No. What night was the Bills game? Wasn't it a Thursday or Wednesday?
No,
It was
no.
Wednesday.
There wasn't a doubleheader on Wednesday. Are you talking about Thanksgiving? They had it.
No.
games?
This was last week.
Yeah, last week it was Monday because then on
It was
Tuesday.
when? Okay,
No.
when did the Ravens play?
The Ravens played on Tuesday.
Tuesday. No game was on Wednesday.
Yeah, no game was on Wednesday.
Was there 2 games on Thursday?
No, there was two.
There
on
was,
There was
because-
two on Monday.
There was because when the hell did
The 2 games that were on
Washington?
Thursday,
It was Washington beat Pittsburgh, and then the Bills played following.
Washington beat Pittsburgh on Monday.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Monday
the
night.
early game, and then the late game was
Because
Buffalo
there
and
was
San
a game
Francisco.
at like 3 or 4
I-
o'clock.
I mopped up on the Bills. So it went on a Monday.
Yeah, it was a Monday. You fucking lush.
Like I said, I don't go out. I'm with my buddy Woody out, and
Yeah.
I get to see Woody. Woody's a smart guy, and just all right. So it was Monday then.
Yeah. Because Tuesday was the Ravens.
That's right,
game,
because
but
I had Monday and Tuesday off. Okay.
Well, then you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know that I'm
Well,
not
yeah.
I'm not used to getting I'm not used to getting weekdays off. I'm still
Well, you know what they always say? You got a problem if you're going out on a Tuesday because nothing fucking happens on a Tuesday.
Not unless you're.
It
a
was
dart
Monday.
league.
You're right, Hollow. That's right, because
Yeah.
Jimmy wasn't there. We went to Waters that night. Okay.
But
Well-
yeah, the whole like summer, you're like you don't go to supermarkets or anything unless you put in an order and go pick it up. So you're ordering horse shit and drive through and like Quick Trip. Quick Trip's the worst because it's like $1 for everything. And you're like, yeah, give me 10 of them.
They got these new crispy sandwiches there that aren't bad. I like their chicken. I don't think it's as good as Super Rounds up back out my way.
I'm trying to get off all that. Me and my buddy at work we're talking about doing dry January and like well, because sober October is horse shit. Because October
You
is
don't
the best
spit
month.
on it. It's just a dry.
Dry January in more ways than one. We're both in a drought here. No, but like do a weight loss challenge to try to drop 20 pounds because we both gained like 20 during the summer.
Do the keto.
Working from I have before. It's just
To get back into it.
getting the discipline. You got to
Right.
get through a week. If you don't get through a week, you're fucksville.
Well, the weekends are the worst. But
Yeah.
you can always. I mean, vodka.
Vodka
Those
and
Vita
water,
Ices-
whiskey and water.
Those
is
Vita
what
Ices
I
and
would
things
drink.
like I drink. Those are good.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
what I
it's
would drink at the bar is just Jameson and water, and I'd be fine. I'd just have like 3 or 4 of those.
An hour.
Half hour.
And yeah, then I was okay. But the discipline and momentum of keeping doing it is what gets you the
Yeah.
long term.
And I think COVID really threw a wrench into a lot of people's things like that because it's like you don't find any happiness.
Yeah,
like
you're,
anything else, it's like you're just like what?
dude. When
every
you're
day is
bored and
just the same.
depressed, fucking eat it away.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what I end
man.
up
Like,
doing.
well, I mean, it's not depressed. It's just the highlight of your day.
Yeah,
You know,
you're
it's
just like,
like,
oh, this is gonna be so
I get to
delicious.
eat, and it's like, fuck it. I'm not eating cheese and meat and shit. I'm gonna go out and I'm getting a pizza,
Yep.
and I might get some wings.
Well, yeah, you were doing that because you were trying to support the local businesses and stuff like that, especially.
That was one excuse I used. Like, well, I gotta support the local businesses. They got a whole Mexican pizza for
No, it's like this. We have a nice healthy salad. Fuck that! Give me the pizza.
Yeah, it's not on special. If you wanted me to eat healthy, you'd have the salad on special.
And I still want to eat it.
And I still wouldn't eat it because that Mexican pizza's so good.
The only lettuce I have is on my burger. God damn it.
Now sprinkle some fries on those cupcakes.
Which reminds sometime soon, before maybe before you do your diet plan, should probably try to do that burger challenge.
Yeah. At 117, they got a 3-pound burger. A couple people have attempted it, but they haven't even come close. And I'm like, you know
That's a
what?
Fucking ass ton of a burger.
Yeah.
3 pounds.
Yeah.
3 pounds with fries.
With fries and a drink.
and a drink.
Yeah, see that's the problem is the fries are the killer.
Yeah.
And you have to finish it in
10 minutes, 8 minutes.
I think it was like 8.
I saw, this is no bullshit. Okay, so back up.
I might be able to do that.
So back up maybe 15 years ago. There was a cop in Pulaski, got shit canned, Jim Novak. I'm not afraid to drop names. You know who you are. And you know exactly what you did, you idiot.
Nobody's watching anyway.
Anyways, Jim was a prick. Anyways, but he was my dad's best friend. So, anyways, we gave him a job there. Whatnot. And over the course of time, I learned to like Jim. It was fun working with him. But there was this bar in Suring across from the boarding house. I forget what it was called back then, but they had the 2-pound burger challenge, and the fries were like steak fries.
Okay.
I'm not bullshitting you.
Like
that bastard ate it. He ate it. He ate the whole goddamn thing, and like, I bet him like $50. I'm like, there's no goddamn way. And he ate it. But I'm telling you, like, and at that time, like, I had to be like 50 years old. I had to roll this bastard like basically out into the truck. I had to drive to the next stop. We were going to Jay Robitic's house. I remember that. We had to go back over there. And Jay was 2 years older than me. But, you know, anyways, he teaches at BVM now. And, dude, like he was in rough shape. I couldn't imagine eating another pound of meat.
Yeah.
That's impossible.
There's a guy I used to work with, and he did competitive eating, and at the launching pad, I think it is in Shawano, they got a burger. It's that fucking big around. Like the diameter of it.
Yeah.
They call it not the Boss Burger, it's called like the, what was John Wayne's nickname?
Um,
The Duke.
Yeah.
They call it the Duke Burger. So this fucker's like, it's got to be close to 2 pounds because the bun's that big around too, and it's, you know, like that thick. He ate 2 of them.
What?
Yeah. Fucking insane. I watched it. I didn't believe it. This was
a little food, man.
He was a hefty Hmong guy, and he did competitive eating for a while, and this was like a practice for him for the weekend, you know, because you got to stretch out your stomach. I was like, I don't want to do that.
So what would he do? Like backflips and shit, or what?
No, he was bigger than I was back then. Because, I lost at one point. I lost like 170 pounds. I gained like 30 back. But he was bigger than I was. He was huge. But he was like 6 something too. 6'2". But athletic. Like strong and...
Wait a second. Athletic?
Lifted weights. Could climb up a ladder, run wires. He wasn't huffing and puffing like... You know, he wasn't always out of breath. He wasn't your typical, when you think of somebody that's 500 pounds that, you know.
Wait a minute. Are you ripping on Santa right now?
Listen, fat man.
He's already got him locked up over there. Fucking whoop Santa's ass with that Wisconsin hat.
Where'd you think I got this? I showed him
Bay Park Square's parking lot.
Yeah. And I'll be waiting for you in the parking lot. Shooter. There's this movie trailer you got to see. It's called Fat Man. It's with Mel Gibson. I showed him this. It's like a campy, like throwback to action films, but it's about Mel Gibson plays Santa, but like...
Yes, I think I've seen it. He's really shitty at it too, isn't he?
No! This isn't like a family movie. This is like this just came out. It's available to rent, and I haven't rented it yet. I seen the trailer 2 weeks ago. Showed him last week. Like, the premise of the movie is some rich kid gets coal for Christmas, and he puts a hit out on Santa Claus. There's a lot of funny shit to it, but it looks like it's a movie that tries to be serious, but it's satire, you know.
It'd be like a kind of like a Rodriguez, Quentin Tarantino kind of film.
Yeah, you know how those movies are over the top with the blood and guts and over the top, and it's kind of it's satirical like that. But it's supposed to be an action movie, but there's just so much shit you just laugh at just in the trailer. Yeah. So I'm wondering if the trailer's just that good or if the movie's gonna be. That's what I'm thinking. It's like if the
they make trailers look
really fucking.
And you're like, oh, I can't wait to see this. And you watch the movie, you're like, that was fucking gay.
Yeah, all the good parts are in the trailer.
Yeah. Well, the whole story is told in the trailer, so you don't have to watch the movie. You're like, I've pretty much seen it all.
So,
Which is kind of like how this is. You kind of know it, but you still want to watch it just because...
so it's kind of like making a murderer.
No. There's this part where he's like... He's drinking and he's like patching himself up. He's like, some goddamn kids put 2 in the sleigh and 1 in me. You know? Taking pot shots. He's like, Christmas doesn't mean anything anymore. They made it a farce. I'm over it.
Have you guys seen the video of the Santa refusing to buy the kid the Nerf gun? It was on the Donnie, whatever that state law guy, whatever his page was on. It's been all over the place.
No.
Yeah, Santa made some kid cry because he wouldn't bring him a Nerf gun. You know, you can't promise kids shit now. They just take it over the top. You know, they're out here criticizing the Santa when he's probably out trying to do a good deed. Like, I didn't sign up for this shit, and the guy's just getting chastised all over the internet. Like, well, fuck that. I guess that's the last time I ever do anything good for you, bastard. You know, a Nerf gun. We all had them, right? Actually, I wasn't big into Nerf guns.
No, I had a super soaker.
Yeah.
Jinx, you owe me a
Jinx, you owe me an old fashioned.
Yeah. Did you ever fill your super soaker with piss?
We did in the...
We had some nasty kids in our neighborhood.
When we were on the... in the cooler.
Did you have the backpack super soaker?
No, but I had the big double tank with... And you held it like this with a sling.
Yeah.
And you pulled back like on a fire hose.
Yeah. It was like... Whoosh.
Yeah, and there was 2
That was
nozzles.
a super blaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had that, but a couple of kids, we'd ride in the back of a hay wagon and during the Cecil Days parade, the Little League, and one of the kids filled his super soaker with piss. I think it was Nick Purdell. I'm pretty sure, or Eric Purdell, one of those. They were real assholes when we were kids. You know it. Anyway,
now they're respectable gentlemen.
No, they're not. I don't know.
You better hope they don't have any internet.
Yeah. No. He texted me the other day. He's like, "Hey, what's your cousin's number?" I'm like, "I have no idea. I don't talk to my
Come over and spray
relatives."
with some piss.
Yeah.
Give me some pee-pee.
Yeah, he asked me for my cousin's phone number, and I'm like, "I don't talk to my blood relatives." I'm like, I have no idea what his number is.
Are we out of the Canadian now?
Yeah. So Mount Royal.
So that's lasted this whole time. Is that still my bottle from the old-fashioned?
Sure is. Got some Canadian Mist though, which is almost the same thing.
No, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
One in Rome.
What's her? Whose mom drinks this?
Whose mom doesn't drink that?
Kowalczyk's mom drinks Canadian Mist. Whenever it's... Don't say her name.
Yeah.
Whenever she's...
I know you don't.
Whenever they had a party in their garage, I'd always see 2 bottles of this. It's because they drank it. So I don't know. It must be a favorite amongst the Kowalczyk household. We'll see. I ain't knocking it. Did you already put some of this in there?
I did not.
Well,
I'm just on the,
That's that Door County one, right?
this is Meyer Brothers Old Fashioned Mix. It's pretty much like pancake syrup. Not your typical Jarrow mix. Did you put bitters in it?
No, I didn't put anything in it.
Just ice, eh?
Yeah.
Well,
Because it was Jinx, double Jinx, you owe me an old fashioned.
oh, give me a Sprite.
I say, anything else you want me to do?
we're gonna hit this
I'm the
part.
one mixing your goddamn drink.
Are you eating one too?
Give me a Zevia, the yellow can on the right.
Zevia, the yellow can on the right. Huh.
Well, maybe I'll have one too.
We're gonna edit this part out, yeah.
Probably. I don't know. I don't care.
Okay. I mean, have you ever been to a bar when you have to sit there and wait forever to get a drink?
Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves.
I live in Pulaski. What do you think?
Hey, remember when bars used to be open?
Pulaski,
what do you think? So
We started off this whole conversation talking about Celebrate Bondwell.
yeah, celebrate bundle. So yeah, we'll go back to that. So yeah, it was a big, huge celebration. And then
you
so then
talk-
last Saturday, yeah, they did the punches, and then on the 23rd of December, they're giving away all these prizes, and once you get your card filled up, you just put your name on it. And the 23rd, they're just gonna pick the cards like after you fill them. So after you,
You know what? That might. Oh, well, no, that's not what I would have bought. I don't know what I bought.
well,
They had so many raffle tickets for all the shit coming up.
Yeah,
They had the-
there was some raffle ticket I bought from some guy there.
They're
I don't
probably
have. I don't know, Polar or some shit. I don't know.
Lions Club ice fishing derby, probably.
coming up,
I won something through the what was it, $50 or something. JC had sold me something. But Christ, that took forever to get paid out on.
Was it the Bronco one?
No, it wasn't the Bronco one.
No, because
It was like a Lions Club one. I want to say.
He's not in there.
Oh,
What have you done?
Sip on it like a gentleman. You want a straw?
no, that's alright. Take it like a man.
We'll mix it up. I can see all the booze is on the top.
Yeah.
Well,
Is it like a straw?
That's why I asked.
yeah. So anyway, we had that all going on, but this shitbird over here decided to get really shit-faced, and he should have left the bar. I would say he should have left the bar
At 6 p.m.
6 p.m. Not gonna lie. And to see how wasted he was after we left
I've never actually ever
117.
seen you really drunk, dude.
Well, he
Like 4 times a year, I'll get absolutely piss
obnoxiously drunk.
Yeah.
And he doesn't care, like, he has no filter, and he'll just say it as loud as can be. Like, you're a fucking whore. Shut up. Fucking idiot.
I don't go to those extremes,
Yeah,
but
no, that's...
yeah.
So,
Well, if somebody's being dumb, I'll just lay right
and,
into them.
yeah, we went to Good Vibes, and I said, look at see how hammered you are right now. I'm like, here's $1. Go play the pinball machine, because, you know, he's good at pinball. So I figured out to see how wasted he was. Yeah, he was fucking wasted.
Why?
You just
You're
hit
like
the
sitting
red
there, and you're just
flipper.
like...
I don't remember playing it. So.
Billy
Yeah.
Joel must have been playing your
Yeah.
No, that was
playing to the melody.
The Who.
Yeah, Pinball Wizard.
Pinball Wizard.
Yeah.
Somebody played it on point for you to play the game.
So then after that, then we went then to Wayne's, and then he passed out in the bar for a while. Then you left. Then you came back. It's like I thought you went home. Nope. And then I woke up Sunday morning to realizing that he was up till 6 o'clock that morning.
Oh yeah, I got in. There were people shooting at us. No, there-
Oh yeah.
so I
Like
had
the
to wait.
Posse Comitatus or whatever that place is over there. Speaking of elevators, I heard they got elevators over that joint too.
No, so we're sitting at Wade's place, and they went outside to smoke, and I followed them because I was a lemming or something, and
The game, like the Lemmings.
yeah,
Okay,
I was a follower
that game.
because I didn't want to sit at the bar by myself, so I followed them to smoke, but I just inhaled their secondhand smoke. And anyway, all of a sudden, Robert feels this like
Peck in the back of his
thwap in the back, like on his coat, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And then Kelsey got it in the back of the arm. Some kid across the street in the second story was pulling a fucking
BB gun.
John F. Kennedy and shooting
No
at people.
shit.
So,
17-year-old.
17 years old, he was fucking shooting people when they came out to smoke. Called the cops on him. He went to jail.
Yeah.
Apparently, he already had a felony of some sort. So this was just as bad because Kelsey pressed charges on him.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
she was almost bleeding.
Well, here.
You know
What if you hit in the goddamn eye?
Oh, yeah.
You shoot your eye out, kid.
I take a fucking spoon. Like in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Wait a minute, you better check that fucking gun because I know Walmart was selling the Red Ryder BB guns. Fucking broke out his goddamn Christmas gift a little early, didn't he? But he shot somebody
A
else's.
17-year-old getting
Yeah.
a Red Ryder BB gun?
Mommy, I always want one.
Sure wasn't
Well,
a
could you
power rifle?
imagine the parents, because they were asleep, all of a sudden the cops busting down the door because their kid was shooting people out the window? Across
That's
the
ridiculous.
street? Yeah.
I told you to freeze, mister. Did he blink?
Yeah, he was all in the fucking Library of Congress or whatever.
Yeah.
Depository.
Depository.
3 inches or 3 feet back with the lights off.
Yeah.
Just
Fucking. We can talk about that. Lee Harvey never pulled the trigger.
I think he was a patsy.
Definitely. That's a. There was a lot of things that would have been different if John F. Kennedy would have never been assassinated. Things would have been a lot different in this country.
There's so many. Yeah.
That was like really kind of the turning table towards politics in the way that we.
The greasiness.
Yeah. Yeah. The joke of the world that we live in today.
When they talk about the deep state, that was sort of like the beginnings of it. Because they were talking about John F. Kennedy shot down an idea. The CIA released the documents. It was. Was it Operation Northwoods? Where back then they had
It was Operation North Point.
No, that's a strip club.
I know.
Peshtigo.
Shut up, man.
That's my top secret plan.
It's not a secret. Everybody knows.
Operation North. Yeah, I'm just gonna call you up one night. Be like, "Hello, quick! Enact Operation North Point. Be at my house in 10 minutes. I got $300 in singles."
Call that 17-year-old neighbor who's bringing his pellet gun.
Oh, we'll listen to Michael McDonald on the way there.
Yeah.
On shuffle.
But anyway, yeah, that Operation Northwoods, they had the technology to do a... people hate this. That sound, the clinking and the ice in the glass, I don't give a fuck. Anyway, Operation Northwoods, they were going to jettison a commercial airliner to Cuba because they were in beef with the Cuban Air Missile Crisis and all that shit. And they were going to remotely explode the plane or crash it into waters and towards Cuba, and then declare war saying they shot it down. And John F. Kennedy said, absolutely fucking not. Like all the Secretary of Defense, all the generals, all were on board for this, and they shot it down. And that was one of the things that they're like, that's probably one of the reasons why, because JFK wouldn't play ball that they had him assassinated.
Well, here's also another thing. So I was just actually, it's weird that we're talking about this now because last week or the week before, they had on the History Channel. So they had the JFK thing, and it was like showing like
it was like the starting. It was like the starting.
But then it had the Lee Harvey Oswald thing then too. And
the guy was a retard.
Well, yeah, no, but the thing was so here's the funny thing. So you just had supposedly the guy who pulled the trigger and killed, John F. Kennedy, right? But like the security, like when he got shot, when they were like trying to transport him, like they showed like the video of him like getting transported. Like there were like news people like that were all like whatever, and they were all like coming out as so they were like in the holding cells like area with him. So there was like no security. So I'm like. Yeah, this shit's...
Well, in the official report on his assassination, they're like, oh, we found the bullet, and the bullet's perfect. Like, oh, there it was. Not... I mean, anybody that knows anything about shooting guns, when a bullet hits something, and for a bullet to go through two people and shatter bone, any bullet mushrooms, Mm-hmm. This was perfect. Like, they took a pliers and took it out of the cartridge, and they're like, there it is, that's the bullet.
Like it wasn't even shot.
Yeah. Like, how lazy were they to try and do this type of cover-up?
People were naive back then. There wasn't much science backing it. They took what the TV, it's the same thing like the space program. They took what you saw, it was just...
Gospel.
You had nothing but, like, oh my God, we're going to the moon. Well, you never did that either.
There was only 3... channels back then.
Well, but that's also like that would bring us to now. I mean, it's kind of like coronavirus. They're trying to trying to put shit in people's minds, whatever. Like,
need more clicks.
Yeah.
So they'll put whatever.
They'll put whatever.
The one thing, I'm not a Trump fan, but what he ran on this principle and he was trying to do it, never succeeded, and I think it was part of his sort of spiel when he'd say outrageous shit with no backing up whatsoever.
Right.
I think he was trying to reverse that Obama whistleblower law where it would hold people liable for what they said or what they printed. Because under that whistleblower law, that's when things changed where media is just like, I'm going to throw up this headline. See what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sure. We'll issue a retraction on page 8 in the fucking section where you can't read it at all. It's, you know.
That's why they said everything's going to be kind of like the next 4 years. They said it's going to be all soft core news. You're not going to hear anything.
Oh yeah, you're not going to hear any scandals.
No.
Well, you haven't heard any yet. When the hell's
Other than his
I think
son.
we should just
Other than
change.
his son, but
I think we should just change the topic because it's not. I don't know. Nobody wants to hear it, but
Yeah.
you want to. I mean,
People love that shit. They eat it up with a spoon.
They
But
do.
the problem is you could talk about it for 8 hours and never quite agree on anything.
You want to know who we need to bring here? Jesse the Body Ventura on this fucking
I'm not
show.
doing the voice.
No, I mean the real Jesse the Body Ventura.
He was out there on this whole coronavirus shit too. He was like, he went way over the top with it, just like he was in the WWF again. If you're not out there wearing masks, you're a murderer. I'll tell you something, America. This is the reason I moved down to Mexico. I have solar panels, my own water tank. I live off the grid.
I have these things called naps.
He's so crazy, but too much of the shit I agree with him. I'd support him for some sort of government job because he.
Well, governments, no matter what.
Yeah, I worked in it for 13 years. It's horseshit.
As long as you're getting money from all these other backings and shit like that, they're just gonna
Cut me a check, bitches.
Yep.
Annie.
Kind of like the Wisconsin house.
yeah.
There ain't no check right in there.
Yeah,
It's cash
I
on
can
the
guarantee
bill.
they haven't been taking checks for 40 years over that place.
Oh,
Their check's still bouncing around.
Breaking news: the Badgers just lost.
Yeah.
Fucking 21-3 or 21-7.
But
Now they're on to the Louisiana Tech TCU game. So I take it the Badgers aren't going to be in the Big Ten championship.
Yeah, which was another thing. So the Big Ten championship, remember how it was always a night game?
Yeah.
It's at 11 o'clock next week, Saturday morning.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, the Badgers won't be playing, so who gives a shit?
Exactly, that's what I was
Well, because Ohio State is 5-0.
Yep.
They're talking about reversing their initial.
No, they already did.
They already did.
They already did.
At the beginning of the season, they said there had to be a certain game minimum to qualify to get into the championship game. 6 games you had to play. Ohio State's 5-0, and they're like, "Oh, you're in the big championship."
Yeah.
We don't give a shit about the rules we said we were going to issue. We're just gonna, You're a big market team, and we like to have the ratings because we're.
Well, yeah. Cleveland's actually kind of bumped up their stock this year for football, but that state's a fucking joke for football. So I mean, the Buckeyes are the best thing that they got going there.
Yeah. They don't want ever.
I mean, like the fans have gone through some shit through all the years, but I mean that state is heavy Buckeye.
Oh yeah. If you ever meet anybody who's even, they're just like people from Alabama who would just be like, "Roll Tide."
Yeah. Good point.
What about UAB, University of Alabama, Birmingham?
They chopped down whatever that tree was.
They jumped out on a cherry tree.
Fucking big old the sacred tree wherever.
Nothing's funnier. Nothing's funnier than
initials in.
seeing some of the interactions between Alabama and Auburn fans.
Oh.
Holy shit! Roll Tide, War Eagle. It's fucking
It
funny.
makes no sense.
Yeah.
Although I have to say the coolest thing
It's
was...
like none of you fuckers even went to college.
One of the coolest things all was the... actually, it should be just finishing up now. The Army-Navy game.
That's always a spectacle.
It was. The president was there, did the coin flip.
I'm surprised he could do it.
But the stands itself, it was probably I'd say 3/4 full. Obviously, because you're just having all Army and Navy.
And they get tested fucking 8 times a day.
Yeah, but it was just cool to see that. That was real, a spectacle of the day.
Authentic when you have an authentic crowd cheering for a game.
Right.
I mean, it's gonna be pretty awesome when that does come back and you see. Well, we watch wrestling all the time, and there's been no crowds they pump in crowd noise, and they have they have they call it the Thunderdome, where they have screens all over, and it's people who log in, so you get fan reaction at least, but the sound isn't there.
That's weird shit. It's just all geared towards keeping people at home and enjoy it from the confines of your own home.
Florida has one of the stupidest laws and that's where they have the the events.
Yeah.
So they've tried to build a bubble down there, for all the performers, so they don't have to travel and go through all the, just like the NBA did for.
Well, Florida is
And the
the
hockey did.
most so towards what I heard. I mean, obviously there's other counties that are shutting down restaurants and shit like that. You can only do dine-in. Like I think it was Dane County and shit like that. Where
Dane County's like the biggest. That's Miami.
Yeah. No, not Dade. No, that's Dade County. Dane County is in Madison.
Yeah, Dane County's in Madison.
Yeah,
Dade
not-
County is
Dane.
Miami.
D-A-N.
So you're not talking about Florida. You're talking
No,
about
no,
Wisconsin
I
now?
but I'm talking about like there's like all these like states and like so like Wisconsin here. Okay, so like we have like certain counties where they're all like, no, you're gonna follow, but like in Florida, because of the governor or whatever, more or less, Florida is all open. Like everything is, but like you said, it's
not events though.
not events, no. But I mean, but because that, so they did the Thunderdome the past 3 months that it was at the Orlando Magic, the Amway Center.
But now basketball's starting, so they had to
Yep.
move out of it.
Now they moved out. Now they went to where Tampa Bay Rays play at the Trump.
Nobody goes to those games anyway.
Yeah, plenty of seating there.
They did pretty good last year. They
Not
went
for ticket sales.
Yeah.
They they show up in the third inning, leaving the sixth.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay is the worst baseball city
Yeah.
in the major leagues because they just don't give a fuck. Miami Marlins might be worse.
Yeah, Miami. Yeah, I really. When you think about it, you built the most expensive stadium, and you're like, oh, we figured out our problem. We need to build this big, huge stadium and make sure there's air conditioning in it because that's the reason the fans aren't coming.
You know
It's
what
too
we
hot.
need is J-Lo.
Yeah.
We need J-Lo and Alex Rodriguez to buy into
Derek
the team.
Jeter.
Not to play shortstop either. Just to buy
Derek
in.
Jeter is the principal owner.
I thought,
Derek Jeter is the principal owner.
Yeah. Yep, I think he's right.
who was dating J-Lo?
Or A-Rod.
Okay.
But J-Lo, is they're
On
he
her
was
own,
trying to get them to join in on the ownership.
Miami Dance Machine. That's what was happening.
Gloria Stefan.
That was Gloria stuff.
I know, but
That was
she
Sound- that was Sound
she was a
Machine.
fly girl at one
She's
point.
a fly girl for sure.
I thought she was Jenny from the Block though.
No,
Oh.
she's never been on a block in her whole life.
Hmm.
Except for
When she played
Keith
Sabina?
Block. He was a guy.
So it's kind of like Keith Sweat.
I was gonna say Keith Sweat.
He was a little bit larger. She wasn't as famous back then. She was trying to make a head in this business. What can I say? I don't know.
Give head or get ahead.
A little bit of both.
A little bit. Of
That's
this,
one of my-
a
A
little bit
little bit of
That's
this, a little bit of that.
That's one of my favorite Christmas movies is Screwed with Dave Chappelle and Norm Macdonald. You ever see that?
I don't think so.
No, is that
He's
right?
like
I watch Unsolved Mysteries
Oh.
like nonstop.
have you seen fucking Back to the Future? Screwed is
Yeah.
it was like one of the first movies Dave Chappelle was ever in, even before Half Baked.
Dave Attell is the.
Dave Chappelle.
I mean Dave Chappelle, yes.
But there was David Tell.
Yeah, he's a comedian too,
Yeah,
but
whatever happened to that
he,
guy?
he happens to be 30 years older and white Jewish.
I don't know. I'm sure his liver's probably.
No, he does. He was doing before this pandemic hit. He was doing a comedy show with Jeff Ross called Bumping Mics, where they would just burn each other.
Okay.
You know, it was really fun. They were supposed to be in Milwaukee, but they had to cancel. I'm hoping they come back like in 2021 because I want to go see that. Dave Attell is one of my favorite stand-ups of all time. Speaking of stand-up, went with my buddies last night to Skyline because I had to stay in Appleton last night because I had to get my
That's always a good time. I like it there.
interlock
High fives.
taken out of my truck today after 13 months.
What a good feeling.
What'd you learn?
I stopped at Sal's in Black Creek to pick up some groceries.
Yeah.
And I got the groceries, put them back in my truck, and I put it in a lock position. And I was waiting to hear the beep. And I sat there for a minute until I realized it wasn't in my truck. I'm like, hey, Pavlov's dog. I'm conditioned to fucking hear that beep before I start my truck. It was weird. So yeah, I can just turn it right on like a vehicle's supposed to work. Yeah.
13
Good
months
for
huh?
you.
Well, it's because of Shawano County. It was only for a year. DOT only said a year. Shawano County said from the sentencing date, you have to have it in within 2 weeks. It's like, well, that doesn't make any sense because you said I can't, my license is revoked completely for 30 days, meaning I can't drive at all. So why would I have to have one in my truck within 14 days?
Yeah.
Because they're fucking... Shawano's the worst county in all of Wisconsin. Every lawyer I talk to says that. And that's why they have so many problems there with the election and the good old boy system they got going on in there. And I wish I lived in a different county, but I just won't break the law anymore.
So you learned your lesson.
Fuck yeah.
Or if I break the law, I just make sure that I just run.
That
Like
doesn't solve anything but more time.
Like an 80s montage.
No, I'm not the bionic man. No, after spending 30 days in jail and having to go through this for a year and fucking 2020, 2019 sucked balls for me.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Um,
Don't drink and drive, kids. It's the worst thing ever.
But to continue on your story now.
What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So we went to the comedy club last night. Saw, like, the headliner was something none of us had ever heard of, and we're all big fans of stand-up. Apparently this guy won America's Got Talent or something, like a year or two ago.
Okay.
Which I guess is a pretty big deal if you're a stand-up, because usually a singer or
a
somebody
singer
like that
or a dancer is going to win it, yeah.
Gonna win it. But he was a stand-up, but he won it. His name was Sam something. Or I gotta look it up because he was actually really, really fucking funny. The crowd work he did was amazing. Just like the shit off top of his head. And the other two guys apparently he has a podcast with too. His two openers. They were fucking hilarious too. Like, we all looked at each other at the end of the night and we're like, holy fucking pleasantly surprised, Batman.
I've seen some good shows there.
Like, well, they usually get like a couple big names a year that we buy tickets immediately to go see. The last one we saw was Mark Norman.
Did you go see Bobcat go with?
We were going to.
Yeah, because I text Shannon and Herms and those guys. We talked about it. It's just it died on the vine.
Yeah, something was going on either for work or I was the only one who could go or... Yeah. Usually me and Duncan will go, even if it's just us two, but usually we can find, one or two other people to go with us. But that, for some reason, for Bobcat, nobody could make it that weekend.
Yeah, there was the same thing here.
But, yeah, I try and go all the time because it's the only real comedy club around Wisconsin. I mean, Comedy on State in Madison is pretty good for a comedy club and not like a venue or a theater type thing. It's a smaller crowd. Smaller crowd is always better if you're going to a concert, comedy show, anything, in my opinion. Because once you get like 1,000 people together, for some reason it just feels less intimate. It doesn't seem as special. You're just like, big fucking deal. There's fireworks going off and he's hitting a high note and I don't know. Like those big music festivals, I fucking hate. Too many people. I fucking hate people. Give me 100 people in a room this big.
Yeah.
Like in Green Bay, there's the bar right next door is called Keggers, and the music venue, I mean, it's only like the size of this basement, maybe a little bit bigger, and it's called... Holy
It's
shit.
on Broadway, Keggers?
Yeah. Right next door, real small, brick walls.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the name escapes me. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Anyway, that's a great place to go see shows because you only fit 100 people in there.
That's where you got that Santa hat from one of them bums that was out there begging for change, trying to park cars.
I said, I'll give you $10 for the hat. You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Where they used to sell fish down at there was a massive aquarium on the corner down there. In the heart of shit-ass Green Bay. Some massive aquarium of beta fish and the fucking filthy water. What a shithole. You can imagine it now. Like, just think about that. Like, that place, Advanced Aquarium, I think it was called.
My goodness.
Can you imagine?
Was that right next to the exclusive company?
I love the exclusive company because they're the only place.
The exclusive company is on the back corner there, and then the aquarium joint was down on the corner of Broadway and Dousman turns into Main Street eventually, but that's Dousman right there. Yeah. Well, come on down. Find yourself a fish tank, a couple of these clownfish. Gotta
That's like-
gotta throw a trigger fish in there.
That's the funniest shit. Like next to this interlock place where I had to go and get it, recalibrated every month, which is just paying rent on it, basically charging you more money. Right next door is a fucking hydroponics place run by these hippies that are just like, we know what you're here for. Like my boss actually went in there, like,
Where's the beta fish, hippie?
he wanted. That's the place next door, man. It's between here and the coffee house.
Yeah.
It's called Common Grounds.
Did you hit it with a peace sign when you left?
I went in there once, but I legitimately wanted to see if it, because I love hot peppers and I want to grow hot peppers, but in Wisconsin, the maturity rate, you pretty much have to have an indoor greenhouse. So I was like, I wonder if a hydroponics will grow them quicker. So I was asking him about peppers. He's like, come on, bro. He's like, I know what you're planting. Yeah. I'm like, no, seriously. I know what this is. I know what I know who your market base is,
right,
and selling all this shit. But I literally want to grow hot peppers, and I figure it's a plant close to tomatoes.
Listen here, guy who smokes too much fucking weed that doesn't even know what the hell's going on.
You and your Birkenstocks can get fucked.
Hey, man.
Anyway, he said I could probably get 3 months closer germination, so they're this big by the time you plant them in May outdoors. And I was like, but the whole setup's like $1,200.
Oh, really?
It's one of those black, it looks like a ice fishing tent.
Okay.
And then it's got the UV lights inside and a water filtration and an air filtration system. But, and you just plant them right in the buckets. But I've seen them work, for weed growing, and you can get almost fully mature plants in 4 months. So I'm like... But if you I had my mom start them last year in February. So they were about this high by the time she planted them. By the time the first frost came, they were still green on the vine. And when I did it the first time, I planted them when they were just that big. The frost came and I only had little buds like that. So winter comes too early in Wisconsin, cold weather. The first frost comes too early to deal with super hot peppers. Jalapenos will work, but not anything.
Yeah, they don't get the job done.
Super hot.
I will bring you back some bottles of hot sauce from Booth.
Fuck yeah!
Oh, that's right. You are.
That's right. That was the
actually
other
my
thing
friend.
That's the other thing we were talking about.
And
too.
my friend, one of the family, they're like my family. They are my family. She's been, you have to understand, the country itself has just been hit hard. Tourism is their main source of income. And so they had to take, for different means, everybody. Thankful that they live on an island and her husband can kind of stay busy doing the woodworking and things, get projects done. He's probably been getting caught up, but still busy. Because everything, it's kind of like a two-man show.
Right.
The kids help out, things like that. They're the ones that are seriously affected. There's no stimulus money coming. There's none of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they've taken on to, their baking goods, selling things around and that. So she's taken on to making hot sauce. So I will bring some back.
Fuck yeah, I'll pay whatever.
Oh, you don't have to pay for anything. A gift.
Aww.
A belated Christmas gift.
I'm pretty sure they got Scotch bonnets in Belize. Scotch bonnets are pretty hot pepper.
I believe the hottest pepper that I ate there was about that goddamn big, and that was at the
Bird's eyes, I think they're called.
I forget what they call them. They were little. They look like full-size peppers, but they're like this big.
Pequeñas or peppers?
They're hot as shit. We ate them at the Blanqueno Lodge.
Yeah, somebody
hot
put
as
them in.
Shit.
Somebody put them in a hot pickled eggs brine, and Danny Bush took out one of those little peppers in that bag. He almost died.
I'm telling you.
Now, granted, he can't take fucking jalapeno sauce, but I tried one and I was like, that is super fucking hot.
What was he trying to prove?
That he,
But anyways, BB, I'll bring you guys back some.
I just made a batch of hot sauce that I had the peppers frozen, Carolina Reapers, and a couple Trinidad Scorpion. It's really good hot sauce.
Did you happen to try? I made the mistake of. I guess I wouldn't say the mistake of trying. Buffalo Wild Wings has the Reaper sauce, so I got like 10 or 12 of them.
I just went there too. I didn't see it.
It's on there. It's one of the new ones. Their lemon pepper sauce is really, really good though.
Well,
I'm not a huge fan of Buffalo Wild Wings. I go with the mango habanero.
Yep, that's my favorite.
And but I had to give the Reapers. They're hotter than the Blazing.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't like the taste of the Blazing.
See, that's the problem. Is I don't. It tastes like it was tossed in the fucking dirt or something. Like it's
just like buffalo sauce has like a vinegar taste.
Yeah, it's not very.
It's too much of a vinegar taste for me.
If it didn't taste like anything going in, and then you just waited for how we had some of those, the hot sauces we took here, they had somewhat of a taste, but it was good off the bat, and then you knew it was gonna get hot.
Yeah.
There it was like shitty off the bat and just straight up scorching your taste buds.
Yeah, because most really good hot sauces the
ones we had were really good, man.
They all have
really
a fruit base.
Yeah.
And I called mine last year Screaming Strawberry. This year my mom had like a Door County cherry tree, so I put all cherries in, and holy fuck, it was good.
I bet it was good. That sounds good.
I've got like a quart of it left. I ate almost a quart of it, me and my buddy at work, because we both chow down on hot sauce. We went and got tacos one day just so we could eat hot sauce.
You can put hot sauce on anything.
Yeah, but on tacos it tastes so good. Plus, there was this really cool street taco vendor. He's got a trailer over on Calumet, or off of Calumet, in Appleton. Fucking best tacos I ever had in my life.
Yeah?
Tacos are considered the best tacos.
Just a guy in a trailer like yours for DJ equipment with a griddle, and
that's it. Yeah, but
and barely speaks English, so I practiced.
That's how you know it's good.
I always say
I practiced my
less English, the better.
And he only has tacos and burritos, chicken, pork, beef. So
genius idea. You got to be good at. Any of us could do that, but you got to be good. He's got the recipe. He's got something that's really good.
I always say the best, or that you're at an authentic Mexican restaurant if you walk into a restaurant and the music's just blaring so loud that you can't even talk. I'm like, yep, you're at a real authentic Mexican restaurant.
Well, when they specify,
it's a gay Mexican restaurant. It depends on kind of.
There's a disco ball. Watch out.
Is it Ricky Martin that they're blaring?
No, it's fastball, asshole.
Because Americans are used to lettuce, cheese, and sour cream. That's not how tacos. They just put cilantro, onions. So
I'm not a huge fan of cilantro though. I mean, I'm not a fan of cilantro.
But
because I ate it so much back down there, it's got a.
Some people can't eat cilantro. They say it tastes like soap.
It's not that it tastes like soap. It's just overpowering. I think it takes away from everything else that's going on. At least for me.
Yeah.
But cilantro down there and all those Central America, South America countries, I mean, it's huge. Mm-hmm. So they pride themselves on the cilantro. When they make the ceviche.
Yeah.
The cilantro is huge, and I used to like it, and I can't. There's something with it that just doesn't agree with me. I will puke.
They say ceviche is like the Bloody Mary of those South American countries, because if you're really hungover from the night before, they just give you a big bowl of ceviche, and it's supposed to do the trick. I never tried it, but
no, you gotta get the soup. You gotta get the get back soup.
Yeah,
it's escabeche.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Escabeche, that's what it's called.
Escabeche is the get back soup.
Yep.
Yeah. And they may put cilantro in it, but it's not overpowering. But boiling hot, it's right back in the game. Yeah. Back for another 3 days.
Well, they say that about Mexican food too. They have that menudo stew, which has got the intestines and heart and stuff in it.
All good stuff. You would think that it's shit and you wouldn't eat it. That's why you just don't tell people
Yeah.
It's the cow foot soup. Yep. Oh my god, man. So I'll be getting some of that here in a couple of weeks. I know right where to go. It's right to this lady's house, Mama Liz Mama Liz's house. I know right where to go to get it.
Are you going?
You get a thing like bigger than this, and it's potatoes, it's okra, onion, man, also good, and like the part of the cow foot is sticky. And it's the collagen that's in there. It's really good for you.
So like, where exactly in Belize do you go? Is it like in or just outside of?
I mean, like I guess it it depends. When I lived there, it was in a little town called Hatteville, 17 miles outside of Belize.
All right.
Is where we stayed. But generally speaking, when I go, I spend time on Key Cocker. That's basically like home base for we then.
Are you gonna be going? Are you staying at the? Are you staying at the resort at all again?
We're doing. We're not gonna head south. I'm not gonna head south on this trip. We're boating in from the island into the mainland, into the jungle. So I did this before. Ironically enough, this was probably 10 or 11 years ago. I spent a birthday in the same village for a wedding and Christmas. We did it all there, and it's just a total different experience because the Mayan one of the largest piece of Mayan jade, and it's a head. It's a it's
skull.
It's a complete jade. I think it's in the museum in Chicago or it's in the Central Museum in Belize. But that's the largest piece of jade in the entire world. It's I forget what it says, $500,000 or $500 million, something like that. That's what they would estimate it's worth. That
historical value and all that.
That's where that was found. This place, his village, is in the shadows of that. So I've seen there artifacts that necklaces, jade, pieces of jade, arrowheads, things like that. I've seen all that stuff there, and it's really cool. Like the bar wasn't even open. It was just, it was a bar. But it was empty. But it was really cool. It was all rock. It was all stone. It was all like handmade, kind of grotto-ish.
Yep. Yeah.
But it all had character. It was like, God, man, this is really, because it doesn't get very much traffic. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, those are the kind of places you want to go to.
Yeah, so like I'm really excited about that, and so Dose and Lupe have built a house there, so they can come from the island and they'll come back home to their family, and they all have houses right there on the river, and then there's a bridge that crosses, and it just kind of goes on. But
so are you sort of going down there without a plan, or?
We have a plan. The plan was kind of skewed with the flight getting switched, but so I'll just spend the night in the city. So that'll give me a chance to spend some time with my boys in the city.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll do that. Of course, you got to do the social distancing and things. They don't play apparently as much as we do here. It's strictly enforced.
Oh, okay.
So we'll probably stay with just real like close within our like area. Where the hotel is, which is, I mean, for me that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, we're gonna go back to the island after my birthday on the 27th. I turned 40, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I gotta get there, but we'll head back to the island. Actually, Dave Kubiak flew out to Daytona, Mexico, to visit his buddy Neil Reidinger, another Pulaski local, but from a long time ago. So there's been talks to get up there. It's just tough, man. It's tough to I would like to do that. I just don't think it's in the mix. I want to relax, goddammit. For the first time in my damn life, we've been doing these trips and things, and it's always like on the go. It's just sometimes at the end of the day, you get real tired with people, and you just kind of want to enjoy a little peace and quiet, shall we say? So. I guess that's what we'll do, man.
That's why I always say, like, sometimes vacation. Oh, we should go see this, go see that. No, it's like, no, fuck this vacation.
Yeah, dude. Like one vacation sometime in my life, I just want to go somewhere with no fucking idea what I'm gonna do. Just point myself in a direction, start walking, and check shit out.
That's actually one of my. I just wanted.
The older you get, that's
just go west. Just go west, whatever. Yeah. And all of a sudden, if you end up in this like a small town somewhere, and you end up at a bar, be like, I guess we're staying,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's not like, we have to be in Toledo by.
Right. That was so like. Let's go back to the COVID thing. So I was to go to Italy and Switzerland in May, right? Did I have a plan? Yeah, kind of. Like I had like room. Like this is where I want to be. Like on this day,
Mm-hmm.
I'll get there when I get there, and what I see, I'll see. And then I left like the last 6 days of that trip was all wide open because Switzerland wasn't on it, but it kind of fascinates me because of the mountains and the, I mean, I just want to see something different.
One of those train rides. I'd like to go on one of them.
Yeah, well, you'd have to take a train to like get to a lot of these places. So, and it was certainly that we were definitely going to go do all those things on the way to where on the way to your next destination.
Yeah.
And that never happened, and I'm a little bit bitter about it, and I'm just not like I brace myself about doing it because for me the plane flight is the fucking bitch.
Yeah.
That's the one.
And so I prep myself to do it. It's like I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go. Well, and no, Mac, you're not. You're not gonna go see it. And I just wasn't up for it right now at this point. And plus I don't want to be by myself on my 40th birthday,
Yeah.
So we'll go head down there, burn up I still got some vacation time left, so burn that up. Hopefully when 2021 rings in, I don't think any of this shit's gonna go away, but
no.
I think it will. I think as soon as they start rolling out the vaccine, they'll find other shit to bitch about.
Yeah.
Because, well,
that's a good point.
This whole thing. I listen to Dr. Drew once in a while because he's on some podcasts with comedians that I listen to, and he's like, I keep having this voice in my head of my father who was a doctor, where he's just like, all the shit he went through, like giving out polio vaccines and all these shit that he had to deal with his life.
Right.
And he's going, they're shutting down the country because of a flu?
Right. That's exactly.
It's like in the back, he's like, I feel that coming out in my father's voice. He's because his dad's dead. But he's like, look, play this game once in a while. He's like, herpes or COVID, which one would you rather have?
COVID?
Right? Okay, but herpes has been here forever. Polio or COVID?
Herpes might take your breath away, but
COVID, right?
Hey, herpes may take your breath away.
Yeah.
But COVID takes your taste and your smell away.
Sounds like a ship cruise. Herpes.
Yeah.
Well, take your breath away.
But the point he was getting at is all this horrible shit that you've never shut down a country for ever. But why the hysteria around this one?
No.
And it's because of the media.
Well, and a lot of it has to do with, they got to find a way to suffice, and this will be my last comment about politics. They have to find a way to suffice the amount of useless fucks in this country.
Oh, yeah. They got to keep their jobs. Got to make themselves look important.
We're talking about the ones that, the student debt. There's so much more that goes into it.
Oh, yeah.
This is just, we're
all
going to pay for it.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way.
Yeah, there's no cosmic free ride.
So, I forgot to mention I'm buying an island in Belize, too.
Perfect!
Hey!
We can retire!
Yeah!
Hey!
We're going to be doing podcasts on the beach.
Even though the Bengals may be 2... whatever their fucking shitty record is.
Hold on.
They're 8-3 against the spread, you motherfucker.
That rolls right into our ending segment we're going to start doing now, which is we call this podcast the sign-in because you'd go to a bar, you'd sign in, and on Saturday night or Friday night when they draw, they'd put the name on the board saying who won or lost. So we're going to have our sign-in winners or losers of the week. Pick a winner, pick a loser, pick 2 winners, pick 2 losers. Start off with Hollow. Grab your light-up neon board that you got.
It's still lit.
There you go, Hollow.
All right.
You want to get in front of the camera so everyone can see?
No, just put it right here, and they'll be able to see it. I can see the...
All right, so
mine.
you might not really be able to see it all that well, but anyway, my sign-in, I got a happy face and a sad face because the loser was a sad face in sign-in.
Yeah,
but my happy face goes to Aaron Rodgers. Congratulations on
I've been riding that arm.
Oh yeah. Oh, maybe you didn't see it. Okay. 400 TD and to the Packers for their 800th win on Sunday. That was my happy face.
Yeah.
Sad face. We were talking about before the Big Ten Conference. Why is it sad face? And I'll tell you exactly why. Because you decided that you were going to allow Ohio State to still play in to save your sorry ass and make your conference look good. After you decided to say that team had to have more than 6 games to get into the championship game. And then on top of it, you fucked Nebraska when they couldn't play Wisconsin. And they said that they wanted to play another team. But Big Ten committee said no about a month and a half ago because they said that it was not within their committee rules, but then they changed the rules for Ohio State. So the loser of my sign-in goes to the Big Ten Conference. So
It's all about the money, boys!
that's right!
Nicky Mac, what you got?
Speaking of the fact of the Bengals, I'm a diehard Bengals fan. I like the Packers. Don't get me wrong, I do. But my loser of the we're not talking a week. We're talking the last 2 years.
Yeah,
here.
the loser of the last
There we go. The
couple
fucking
months.
loser of the millennia. The Mongoloid himself, Mr. 423-1, bum ass, Zach Taylor. You loser. Sorry sack of shit. You have 4 wins, not a single road win. In 1 year, you tied the sorry ass Eagles. Another game you could have won. 423-1.
Hey, they got a tie.
You sorry sack of shit. Anyways, Merry Christmas, Zach. Hope you get a big old sack of shit. And hey, and by the way, you drafted the franchise quarterback in Joe Burrow, knowing goddamn well you threw 5 trash bags out in front of him to, protect your quarterback. Yeah. Yeah, right here, Zach. Right here, pal. Go back to Nebraska, you mongoloid.
Okay, that was good.
Well, I have 2 winners. The first one is me. And going to the comedy show last night was the biggest surprise of the year because I had no expectations and all 3 comics blew me away. Shout out to the Skyline Comedy Club.
Nice.
That was awesome. Me, Chad, Joel was there.
What was he?
Bartles, and Chad's cousin Chris and his buddy Nick that we've been to a couple shows before. All 3 comics nailed it. Sam Merrill, I think his name was, the headliner.
Just suck him off already.
Hey, I couldn't believe how much we laughed that we weren't we were
That
expecting
place is
to
great, I'm telling you. It's a diamond in the rough.
Yeah, I know, but we've seen some pretty big name guys bomb there before, so we were like, let's see somebody bomb once. They fucking didn't bomb at all, so congratulations. The second winner is my coworker's nephew, who got suspended from school because my coworker told me a story on Friday. He tells me that his nephew was playing basketball and another kid punched him in the face because he wouldn't pass the ball enough. And so they sort of got in a tussle, and as the teachers came over to break it up, his nephew goes, "You hit like your mom fucks."
No way!
So the principal had to tell his brother this story. Well, what did he say? He said, "You hit like your mom fucks." And
He had to say, like, that's a joke, right?
he, like, on the phone, he had to set the phone down because he was laughing. He's like, "How do I punish this kid?" Anyway, he got 1 day of in school suspension for it, but kudos to you. You know exactly how to handle a fight, my friend.
Hey,
Nice work, nice work.
words are better than fist.
Yeah.
They
Sign him up for
certainly
the Bengals defense.
All right, so last call.
It's time for a little last call. Any
For the
last
show?
thoughts?
Merry Christmas to the 8 people that watch this show.
Yeah. Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Maybe
to,
more. We might get more.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to everybody. It was good to
Yeah,
get
no.
out and do this again. I mean, it's been quite a
One of
while.
these?
Yeah,
I'll
go
do
ahead.
one. It's been a while since we did this, so it was good to.
Well, we're all people with lives, and we had to get, I kept texting about, hey, when we going to do a show, when we going to do a show.
Then when fall ran around.
I got a new job.
Yeah, I heard that.
Since
Oh,
last
yeah.
time.
Jesus, a lot of shit's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But then
I totally understand.
I
Like,
put
I'm
more.
open.
I put more time hunting in this year than I ever did in my whole life.
And
and
good for you. Good for you
Still
on
didn't
that.
get a fucking buck.
But you got a dough?
Yeah, but archery season I didn't get shit. And my uncle shot a giant 8-pointer.
That 17-year-old kid shooting a BB's got bigger deer.
Right?
Fucking hostile little bastard. Fucking Fucking Lee Harvey Jr. Fucking worm.
All right. Last call.
All right, happy holidays
Happy
to
holidays,
our
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Giddy up. Yeah. See you next time.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.